Okay, it is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024, and from the home studio, Middletown, Delaware, Marshal, Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports, this being a special interview edition of our show. And shortly, we will introduce to you the 2024 DIAA State Swimming Champions from Salesianum High School in Wilmington, Delaware. But first, before we meet them and their head coach, I would like to remind you that this is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you are having, please consider my stage hypnosis show, details about which you can find at marshallmanlove.com. And also, thanks to my friends at Jazzercise in Newark, Middletown, and Elkton, Maryland, for helping promote the show. And also, find them at jazzercise.com, and also Aspire Wellness in Newark. Visit them at aspirewellnessnow.com and ask them about their cold plunge therapy pod. And now, hopefully, when I press this next button, my guests will appear on this screen. There they are. The 2024 State Swimming Champions from Wilmington, Delaware, the Salesianum Sals. What's going on, everybody? Can you hear me okay?
Hello. How are we doing?
All right, standing up there to the right of the screen, kind of near my head there. Well, he's the only one standing up, so it should be obvious. Is head coach Chip Hannig. Chip, good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to put us on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Chip, how long have you been coaching this team?
I just finished my 24th year.
And if I am correct, this is your 22nd championship, correct?
Correct.
That's an amazing winning percentage as a coach at any level in any sport. Fantastic. How do you do it?
How do I do it? It's how they do it. I just sort of guide the ship, I guess you could say. We have some talented guys that come here, and they're good swimmers, and like I said, I just sort of write the lineups and guide the ship and keep it going. That's all.
It's a good thing they're good swimmers, right?
Yeah.
It has to be like the number one attribute to be on a swimming team. They have to be good swimmers. Yeah, I would think. But they have to be motivated too, and that's one of your main functions there, is to help motivate young people to success, not only in the pool but in life too. So what are some of your key guiding principles, you think?
Just try to keep everybody focused, stick with the basics, and that's what we've been doing all along, and it works, so we just want to stick with it.
All right. So let's meet. I know you guys have to we've got a limited amount of time here, and I would like to spend much more time in depth with everybody, but let's just get on with it here. Let's introduce who you've brought with us, starting all the way from, let's see, all the way to your left in the front there. Coach. Yep. Yes. So what's your name? How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm Bryce Patterson. I'm a senior at Sally's, and I'm 17.
And Bryce, which events did you swim at the state championships this year?
I swam the 50 back split for the 2 medley. I swam 1 fly. I swam the 100 back, and then I swam the 3rd leg in the 4 free relay.
So you guys were champions in the 200-yard medley relay. Good way to start the competition, right, with a victory.
Yeah, that was a really good way. We out-touched them at the end, and we were hyped. I felt like it set the mood for the meet.
Yeah, it was just less than 0.2 of a second victory there over Conrad there. And I know Conrad had the swimmer of the year on that team too. So you had Aaron Stevens. He broke a record in his event. So kudos for that. And so outside of that particular win and the championships altogether, what was the highlight of your season, Bryce?
I feel like probably like leading the team, and like placing top 3 for my 1 back. I feel like those are like the 2 highlights of the team. Yeah, it was a fun year. Like one of my most fun I had with this team. So yeah.
And what about your future? Are you going to swim in college? Do anything else in college? Are you going to college?
Yeah, I'm committed to Westchester University. I'm majoring in respiratory therapy care
Hmm.
for them.
All right. Are you swimming there or are you just going there?
I'm swimming there.
Oh, cool. Awesome. And what kind of team do they have?
Uh, what do you mean by that?
Are they
What do you
good?
mean? Oh yeah, they're all right. Like top 10 for D2
Okay.
for boys and girls.
All right. Fantastic. Nice to meet you. Let's go to your right. Introduce yourself there, young man.
I'm Jack Hansen. I'm a junior and I'm 16.
And Jack, which events did you swim?
I swam the 100 fly and 500 free.
And how'd you do?
I think I got 17th and 18th.
Okay. And what was the highlight of your season there, Jack?
I would say this year, especially our like team camaraderie has been up a lot more than I feel like in the years past. So I feel like that was definitely cool to see everyone kind of like knowing each other and having a good time.
How do you think you came together a little bit more closely this year?
Um, I think we had a lot of seniors that got kids to open up more than we did in the years past. So I think that helped out a lot.
How do you think that helped you personally?
I guess seeing them like talk to everyone kind of like just like opened up the room for everyone else to talk. So
All right, so I know your future next year includes your senior year there at Sally's. You planning on going to college somewhere?
yeah, I'm gonna plan on going to college. Not sure where yet, but
That's fine. Take your time with that decision. Don't rush into that yet. All right, nice to meet you. We'll head over counterclockwise to your right there. Introduce yourself there, young man.
Alex Akumis. I'm a junior here at Sally's and I'm 16.
And your events were?
I swam the 50 and the 100 freestyle, as well as the 200 free relay and the 4 free relay.
Awesome. And how'd you do?
I think I got 7th and 8th in my individuals, and then our relays placed 2nd and 3rd, I believe.
So, what made you decide to do the the 50 free, for example? That's obviously that's the sprint. You don't really do a whole lot of long. I mean, there's a 200, the 100, and all. But what made you, other than the fact that you can just swim fast, what is it maybe about that event that you like?
I like that it's really short, and then I don't really have to swim a lot. I'm gonna be honest. But it's one of my favorite events, just because anything can happen. It's 2 laps, so if you have a really good start and a really good turn, that can really just change your whole race.
So, how much time then do you spend on the starting blocks in practice?
Not as much as I'd like to, but we do tend to work on starts about once a week, where I swim club swim.
Okay. So it kind of seems to me that that's, other than the fact that you have to swim fast, that's probably the most important part of that whole race is your start off those blocks. Totally different than like on the 500 free or even the 100 or 200, right?
Yeah, the start really starts off your race, and if you don't have a good start, then you probably won't have a good race either.
Yeah, it's tough to come back from that, right?
Mhm.
All right. All right, nice to meet you. Let's spin around to your right there. Introduce yourself there, young man. Young champion.
My name is Nolan Burns. I'm a sophomore and I'm 15 years old.
And what were your events?
I did the breaststroke and the 2 medley relay. I did a 2 IM and the 1 breast.
So the IM, that's the tough one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And how'd you do?
I placed 16th in the 2 IM and 4th in the 1 breast.
Yeah, so I think of the 4 strokes, which is the most difficult, you think?
Butterfly.
Okay. And is that the one you like the least?
Yeah.
But like, okay, so show of hands here. Who thinks the butterfly's the toughest stroke? And then how about the breaststroke? So it's really those two. Nobody thinks the backstroke's tough, or is that one person there?
I think it's better.
Okay. All right. Well, remind me to ask you why you think the backstroke's the toughest when I get to you. I think it's because you just can't see where you're going, but maybe that's just me. All right. Okay. 'Cause I know. I'm trying to empathize in some way. I just know I'd get lost in that particular event. There's just no way I'd just be able to go straight. So I agree with you. All right. Nice to meet you. Let's spin around the table. Who's next?
My name is Ben Lutcher. I'm a senior. I'm 18 years old.
And your events were?
I did the 200 IM, the 100 butterfly, and 200 medley relay.
So you have a gold medal from this particular championship. What did you do with it?
What did I do with it? I hung it up on my wall next to a couple other medals, but that was a special one getting it with these guys, especially since this was kind of the last run.
Yeah. What's your favorite stroke then?
Mine would be the butterfly.
Okay. All right. So then you don't find that difficult then. That's why you raise your hand from the breaststroke.
I actually think butterfly is pretty hard, but
Okay.
I think part of it when it's your main stroke, you do it a lot, you get better at it. But yeah, I do fly the most.
All right. And then what does your future hold there, Ben?
I'm swimming at the Catholic University of America next year, and I'll study architecture.
Catholic University of Maryland. Is that in D.C.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I actually think I'm doing my show there in this fall. Okay.
It's a nice place.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations for
Thank
you
you.
for there. What was the highlight of your season?
I think highlight of my season would be at the prelims of states. I dropped 3 seconds in my 200 IM. That was something I was kind of, like waiting for all my work to kind of pay off.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Wow.
Yep.
That's a huge amount, isn't it? Coach, 3 seconds is a lot. Like all of a sudden, from 1 week to the next, all of a sudden drop 3 seconds. Like how often does that happen? Besides, like in the 500, I can see that maybe sometimes, but that's a lot, isn't it, Coach?
That is a lot, yeah. I mean, that was the culmination of the season there. I mean, he worked hard all year, and a lot of times they go to these meets and they're swimming tired, but then, you get to the States, he was tapered and ready to go. So, you just paid off for him.
All right. So you just mentioned a concept, and I'm going to ask the next young gentleman there about it, so I'm not asking the same questions all the time. Good to meet you there, Ben. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Tim Hanway. I'm a sophomore and I'm 16 years old.
And what were your events?
I swam the 200 freestyle, the 500 freestyle, and the 400 free relay I led on.
So you're the one who's the glutton for punishment there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and congratulations, state champion in
Thank
the
you.
500. 4:39.16. That was your time. What was the state record? Do you know? I don't happen to have that with me. And how far away were you from it?
426. 426.
4:26. Was it? You're a sophomore. You'll bust that here in the next couple of years, right?
Oh, yeah.
So your coach mentioned the concept of tapering. Can you explain that a little bit?
Okay, so tapering is when you get off, so you train full practices up until maybe a week or so before, and then you start kind of taking work off to help you realize give yourself a little bit of a break, and also to help you out a little bit.
Okay. So that state championship win was big because you beat the defending state champion in that event, too, by the
I
way.
did.
Yeah. And how long have you been swimming? Since you're like 2, 3? Parents toss you in the little shallow end?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is actually what happened. Yeah, since I was really little, I've been swimming. It's the only thing I really caught on to, so kept going.
Now, is there a club team that you swim for, Tim?
I swim for Suburban. I swim for Suburban Swim Club. It's in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Now, do all of you guys swim for a club as well?
Yeah.
I feel like all of you.
Yeah. So That has to help, right? Just can't throw like some novice swimmer in there and expect to compete at this high level at Sally's, right? Although I suppose every now and then somebody comes in who doesn't swim for a club and is like a natural. Coach, have you had that happen for you over the years?
Andrew Halberg, I guess about 5 years ago, he was state champ in the 50 and 100 free his junior and senior year, and he didn't belong to a club. He swam strictly with Salesianum.
Yeah, he's a volleyball guy. Yeah.
Yeah, same guy, right?
Yep. Yeah. 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 I did not know. Actually, I did not. I know him. Did not know that about him. I don't remember. Yeah. I forget. A lot of names come by the desk over the years. So nice to meet you, Tim. What'd you do with your gold medal?
Same thing with what Ben did. I just hung it on the wall.
Now, how many medals from the years of competing, club or with Sally's there, do you have hanging on the wall?
With Sally's, I have 5, 2 from last year, 3 from this year.
Nice. Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up is...
I'm Nate Miller. I'm a senior, and I'm 18.
And your events, Nate?
I swim the 100 freestyle, the 100 breaststroke, the 200 IM, and I was the second leg in the 2 free relay.
Awesome. Now, so you are the one who believes the backstroke's the toughest, and why do you stand out in that group there as the only one who believes that's the toughest?
I would say I have the weakest legs of everyone in this group, and backstroke is very leg heavy, and I have a lot more strength in my back and my lats.
Interesting. So what would you need to do to strengthen your legs then as a swimmer?
I would say I would have to do more plyometrics, and I would have to do a lot of like long, rigorous kick sets.
Plyometrics? I never heard of that before. Explain that, if you can.
It's like working on like the springiness of your legs. It's a lot of like jumping over obstacles and like making sure your legs can react in like a moment's notice.
So any parkour involved in that then?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, okay. If we see you jumping around the city, we'll know that you're just strengthening yourself for swimming season. Then.
Oh yeah.
And what does your future hold for you?
I'm going to Northeastern University in Boston to major in audiology.
You say cardiology?
Audiology.
Oh, audio. Another term I haven't heard of. What's that?
It's essentially working with people who are like losing their hearing or deaf, and I work with them to like give them hearing aids or like administer like next steps going forward.
I'll have to get your contact information because I'm not getting any younger. I probably will need your assistance by the time you have that degree.
I'll give you a discount.
Okay, appreciate it. So that's why I do this, to make contacts for when my body starts to fall apart here in the next couple of years. Right? Well, congratulations to you on that and your championship. And last but not least, young man, you are?
I'm Dylan Ristenbat. I'm 14. I'm a freshman.
Yeah, so you have a good future here because you have a state championship gold medal there, part of the medley relay team there. What other events did you swim, Dylan?
So I swam free in the medley, and I swam the 50 free, the 100 back, and I led off in the 200 free relay.
Ah, set the tone there. And what's your favorite event?
I have to say my favorite event is 100 back.
Why is that? Your legs strong?
Yeah. I don't really know why it's my favorite. Just every time I swim it, I just feel like it's one of my favorite events because a lot of my friends are also backstrokers, and we all swim it at like club meets, and we just see who like wins out of like all the 5 of us, and it's always just like a fun event to see like who's better this week and who will be better next week.
You look like you might be tall. How tall are you there?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, so I was correct. You're probably going to grow a little bit more too, I imagine. Looks like you might have long arms as well. Probably helps you in swimming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the highlight of your season outside of the state championships?
Outside of the state championships, I would have to say kind of like what Jack said, just the hanging out with the team. Like sometimes after meets, we'd go out and do dinner at places, and it was just like fun, just hanging out with everyone, bonding over things that weren't just like swimming.
Yeah, it has to be fun along the way, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's just like swimming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That has to get a little old after a while, so that needs to be fun. So how do you make it? How do you guys, and anyone, who's captain here? Anybody? Captain on the team? All right, so how do you guys help make practice fun in some way?
I mean, we all kind of go to club practice throughout the week, but I know once or twice I had some of my friends on the team who also do club come to one high school practice together to kind of make it more interesting. One guy who's not here today, we talked the night prior to a practice, and then we both went in the morning. So that way, we made it a little more fun, just to have more people that there.
Awesome. So I know you guys have to get going here shortly. Coach, anything you want to add or say about any of these guys to help us get a little bit more insight into them, what they meant to you, the team, the school?
Oh, they're all good guys. I mean, but let me sum it up this way. In regards to the state meet, we had 18 guys qualified for states this year, and then 14 people made it back to swim on Saturday. So right away, that means 14 people it's guaranteed points from 14 individuals, and a lot of these guys swam 2 events. So we had all 3 relays made it back to the A finals. We had 12 swims in the A finals, but what really showed our strength was our depth, because in the console finals or the B finals, we had 14 swims in the B finals, just picking up points right after one after the other there. So I think that was really the key to the success of the season at the state meet this year.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, you have the formula there, that's for sure. Whatever it is, I know you're a humble guy, but these programs don't win that many championships under one person, by coincidence. So it's one of the other captains who didn't answer that last question. Talk about your coach there. What he means to you, the team, school.
I don't know. He means a lot to me. He gave me a opportunity when I was like his age, like a freshman. Gave me a good opportunity in backstroke, 50 free. During the pandemic too, so he didn't really know how I was going to handle that. But I really appreciate that from him, because it paved the way throughout my high school.
All right, well said. All right, guys. Well, I do know you have to go, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up here for you, so you can head on wherever you need to head on. I want to thank head coach Chip Hannig and all the gentlemen who came from the state championship swimming team at Salesianum. Thanks, Ms. Godfrey, for setting this up here. I don't know if you're still in the room or not, but thank you. And
thanks for having us, Marshall.
of course, welcome at any time. And gentlemen, wave goodbye to our growing fan base here at Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. I'm going to hit end meeting for all. Have a wonderful day. Continued success to all of you, and I'll see some of you again next year. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. The Salesianum swimming team from Willington, Delaware, state champions, and under Chip Hannig's guidance for the 22nd time out of 24 years he's been there. It's amazing. Real good guy. I've known him for a long time as well. Acquaintance. We're acquaintances anyway. All right. Special thanks go out to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Dawnie M., and my friends Joey B. and Tommy K., supporters of the show from day one. You can support the show simply by subscribing. Will always be free on whatever video platform you find these videos. And now from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove, and now you're gone. Write to us at mysportsreports@gmail.com. If you'd like to have us help you celebrate something, anything.